Hi, welcome back for another episode of Candy Coated Shenanigans, Sour Patch Kid Edition, the only way I know how to pee. I am trying to multitask, so we're gonna see how well this works, because I got stuff to do today. But welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It is the 4th weekend in July. I don't know where the time went. Like, where's my summer at, bro? You stole it from me. Anyways, and we are going to today go through a transparent moment. And this week's transparent moment topic, or this month's transparent moment topic, is on walking in purpose, right? And I think this week is a perfect week to do this, I guess. As said, the schedule was already laid out before me, so I just am like following it, because even when I try to veer off, it don't. Gotta be like, that ain't what I told you to do, so let me walk in my purpose. So first and foremost, I think one of the hardest things beyond really walking in or walking out your purpose is knowing what your purpose is, right? That is something that people search for like all their life. And you want to hear something funny? I'm not searching for my purpose. It's not to say like I want to just be out here and lost, because that's not it at all. But what I can tell you is just through life and the experiences that have presented themselves before me and my own trial and error components, like I don't search for that. I don't at all. Like, not even deep down in the pit of anything. I'm gonna do this last because I hate touching that. Sorry, I hate touching certain stuff. Especially when you don't eat meat. To touch meat, I'd be like, ugh. But yeah, like, people are really out here searching for their purpose. And I would just like to say, number one, you don't just have one purpose in life, okay? Like, there's not like this grand finale that's gonna like occur and you're like, ooh, I got it. And maybe it will look like that for you, but it won't be just one. I can tell you that much. Another thing that I have told people when they are trying to figure out what their purpose is in life is, what in life has brought you the most pain? Now, a lot of us don't even want to talk about what brought us pain. And then y'all be wondering why you're searching for your purpose, because you don't want to talk about the one thing that's really going to open your eyes to what your purpose is, or you haven't healed from it. So that's a whole different topic. But what is something, think about it, something that happened in life that when you think about it, if you had to share it out with someone else, right? Like, if you could push it out to someone else, you wouldn't even want them to experience it. Or imagine them walking it out and you knowing they would have never survived it. And that's not being conceited, okay? Let's not confuse that. There are things that life has lifed me with, that if I pass that on to people around me, they would have struggled differently than I did. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't that I didn't struggle. It wasn't that it didn't hurt me. It wasn't that it wasn't painful. But because it's so intertwined with what my specific purpose is, it didn't take me out. It didn't kill me. It didn't stop my love for people. It didn't control my joy. It doesn't stop my focus, my grind, anything of anything. It makes me go harder. Everybody can't take on what you've done and have that same outlook. So think on that, right? And you will then begin to realize the components of your purpose in life. And we all know we have been hurt in more ways than one. So when you're like, I don't know what my purpose is, you got multiple ones. Start small, you know, work through that. And I also would like to say, a lot of us are consumed with this thought that our purpose needs to touch millions. Maybe you have the 1,000,000 ministry, and maybe you got 100 ministry. Maybe you got a 10 ministry, or maybe you have a 1 ministry. But whatever it is, do not let the fact that you feel because you're not touching the masses that you're not walking in your purpose. Okay, I create these videos. Y'all, I barely even come on here to see how many people watched them. It's not that I don't care that y'all watch them, but there's purpose in it. So maybe I'm doing it now for something that's supposed to happen 3 years from now. And somebody's going to look back on this video and be like, wow, I really needed to hear that. But if I go off what is happening right now, I wouldn't do any of this, right? It takes up time, energy, effort, you know, like views ain't through the roof, but I'm okay with that. I do this because I know my purpose is wrapped in it. I know there are things in life that I've went through that I am now at a place that I can be very transparent with it. And so I'm sharing it. Who is meant for it will touch, whether it's today, tomorrow, 5 years from now, or 10 years from now. It's not for me to make that judgment call because I don't have 100,000 viewers to be like, I ain't doing this. That's selfish. Like, that's selfish. And one thing I am not is selfish. Okay? So I get on here each week, different content, different areas, and I lay it out for y'all. This is therapy for me too. And a great time to reflect on what the week brought, what life is bringing, and where I'm going. And I look forward to even looking back at these videos to see where I once was, so I can, you know, better identify where God done brought me. Because I done came a mighty long way, and I still got a long way to go, okay? So stop looking at the number of viewers, whether you are supposed to be vlogging, whether you're supposed to be starting a store, whether you are supposed to be preaching or teaching or speaking or whatever it is. Stop being so wrapped up into that. And also, this is another thing that I think is important, okay? Because people want viewers. People want an audience. But are you ready? Are you ready? Like, real talk. Have you spoken in front of 1,000 people before? Oh, I need these. Have you spoken in front of 100 people before? Have you spoken in front of 50 people before? So if you have not hit those milestones, the small stuff is preparing you for the larger things so you can be ready, right? I can public speak in front of any group you put me in front of. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I always be nervous before I speak. Not for videos, but like live things. I'm always a little bit nervous. That's just speaking jitters, I guess I would call them. But you can put me before anybody and I'm ready. Why? Because I've been doing this, right? I've done it in smaller platforms. I have gained a comfort of just speaking online as I do this, as you know, y'all see my house. I'm transparent with y'all. Like, it is what it is. And I have no problem sharing that out with each one of you. So like, build your comfort. And that is what, sorry, I put too much on here. Build your comfort. And that is what God is having some of y'all do, but y'all want to skip steps. Slow down. Okay? It gets harder as you get higher. Okay? It gets harder as you get higher, and it gets lonelier. Stop trying to speed up the process. Dang. Okay? All right. I hope y'all really took that in. It gets harder as you go higher. Does not mean don't achieve to go higher. Just know it get harder. And if you're struggling right now, well, what he got you doing, you're going to be struggling even more when you go higher. Okay. So another thing in reference to purpose, stop comparing yours to someone else's. Comparison is the trick of the enemy, and it will literally take you out. Okay? Like, the devil really ain't even got to do much. Just throw the thought in your head and it's a wrap for you. it will be an entire wrap for you if you allow the spirit of comparison to take over, because yours is not supposed to look like somebody else's. It's just not. And that's okay. We want your unique individuality, creativity to be stamped on everything that you do. So stop comparing yourself to somebody else, or you will always lack, because you ain't gonna be them. You ain't. Even if you steal their idea, you still ain't. You just now. It's just not gonna happen that way. You can wish it all you want. You just won't be. And what else did I want to say that I felt was very important? Oh, okay. Yep. So this is a very, very touching area as well. Always remember that to help others, you need to make sure you're healed, right? Because if you're helping and you're still bleeding, your blood is now on them as well as they own, right? Be mindful of that. Yes, we all have a purpose. Yes, we all have callings. Yes, we all have gifts, things we are supposed to be doing out here. But one of the things that you are also supposed to be doing is taking care of yourself, okay? And you cannot properly take care of someone else if you yourself are not good. It will drain from you something you didn't have to give to begin with. So whether it is you need therapy, you need counseling, you need to speak to your bishop or pastor, whatever it is, really take that time and heal yourself, because I don't want y'all bleeding on other people. And I dang on don't want you bleeding on me. I'm gonna tell you, no lie. And another thing that I have also realized is until I have done those things, I can't help people get to the levels that I know that I'm supposed to. And what I mean by that is if I'm still in the struggle, how am I help somebody out the struggle? Where I'm still struggling. If I'm still struggling with my mommy issues, how am I going to get you to a place of full freedom and healing from mommy issues? I'm still in it. So I can only lead you so far down the road. And I want to take y'all for a journey. Like, I don't want to lead you so far down the road and then just leave you there. You already got mommy issues. Like, I don't want to leave you there. You already have, you know, resentment for being abandoned or neglected or whatever. So, like, I don't want to be the person that adds to that, because I started you on a journey that I could not help you carry completely out because I stepped too soon. So in the components of purpose, as you are figuring out what your purpose is, as you are trying to walk in your purpose, also have a listening ear for the Lord, because there will be times where he's telling you to slow down because you're not there yet. So the flock you're leading they need you, but you step too quickly. So slow down, back up, heal yourself, then you can help others. Walk in purpose daily. Do not shy away from it. Don't be scared to share your story. It is the most freeing thing ever. It is scary, but it is freeing. And each time you share it more, each time you are pushing out all of the gifts that God has blessed you with, like you will heal in ways that you can't do it on a solo. Simply for me, sometimes writing poetry allows my soul to cry out in ways that I didn't even know it needed. And then I share that out with other people. And the reason for sharing, one, is because I have my own people that lead me and pray and cover me, but also because I'm at a point where I talk about things that other people may not be ready to talk about. I try to be authentic and transparent. If you know me, you know me. I try to be authentic and transparent, and in that, it leaves vulnerability. And people connect with that. So that lets me know there's some purpose there as well. So, and if you are really struggling and you cannot figure out areas of purpose, think about the things that people always come to you for, right? I said to my friend, I'll tell y'all which friend. I said to my friend Jameer, how I feel like one thing that people do all the time is and I'm going to say this with no hostility, no anger, no problem, okay? But this is just what it feels like at times. People come to me and they dump. And what I mean by that is they have a lot of stuff going on. They know I will be a listening ear, and they literally, right? So in those moments, I allow it to occur. I give them whatever advice I feel is needed, and sometimes they don't need advice. Sometimes they just want to release, which great. But then like I walk away and I'm like, bro, like you dumped a lot of stuff on me. And he was expressing to me that after, I give them advice, I pray with them, my next responsibility is to go and dump that on God. And he was saying to me that God has put you in a position where people feel so comfortable to lay it before you, but you then have to go and lay it before him. So that it was just something that I've experienced this, I feel like my entire life. I don't know why, but that is part of one of the things that he has blessed others with in me, is just a place of security to be authentic and to be vulnerable, right? And it's funny because I don't like vulnerability. I don't like to be vulnerable, but people do it all the time with me. So it really shows me like the beauty in it, and it helps me walk in my purpose a little bit more each day. So think that over. Think about what people really come to you in need of, right? And don't be like, people just come to me for money. Okay, if they come to you for money, then what does that mean? Are you a caretaker? Are you a helper? Are you a provider? Like there's things, like really get into understanding like some of your spiritual gifts and then giving those gifts to people, because they're not yours, right? They're not for your gain. They're for kingdom business. And part of kingdom business is caring for his children. So, and get used to being a little bit frustrated and doing it anyway, right? When you don't want to do it, what do? Do it anyways. That's the life I live. And it's not always easy, but if you need me, I'm here. I'm not gonna blah, 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 all day because I gotta finish the stuff so I can go. But I hope this was helpful. I hope it helped you hone in on some ways in which to figure out your purpose. You have multiple purposes in life. Don't ever let somebody make you feel like your one purpose was for them and them alone, because that's a lie. Don't be tricked by that. But you have multiple, and I hope you are able to discover them and flourish in them and really advance the kingdom in ways that will blow your mind, because your mind will be blown. And as your relationship with God deepens, because he still gives you gifts and still allows you to function in purpose, even when you're not all the way right. Like if we had to wait till we was all the way right, no, it would never happen. But he still does it when you're not all the way right. But when you're trying to get right and you are deepening your relationship with him, doors and connections happen that are unimaginable. Things will fall in your lap. Like you won't ask for things, people will come to you. Boom, boom, boom. And that is a beautiful feeling when your presence alone and his purpose for you literally will put you on somebody else's heart, and they will come to you and be like, I want you to do this, or I feel like this is for you, or I feel you would be great in this. And you're just sitting there like, what do you see that I don't see? Right? What did God show you that I ain't seen yet? Like I ain't trying to see everything, but what did he show you? And it's just beautiful. So discover it, walk in it, grow in it, heal in it, and live in it. All right, y'all. I will see y'all next week for another episode. Have a great weekend. Bye.